My sister-in-law brought my abusive ex to my wedding to ruin it. But her plan backfired spectacularly. What happened next was the ultimate revenge. My sister-in-law brought my abusive ex to my wedding. What happened next was the ultimate revenge. I want to tell you about the day my wedding almost got ruined. It was supposed to be the perfect celebration, the day I married my best friend. But one person was determined to make it all about her, and she brought a ghost from my past to do it. My husband's sister, let's call her Sarah, has hated me from the very beginning. I never knew why. Maybe she was jealous, maybe she's just a bitter person. But she's the queen of the backhanded compliment. She'd say things like, "You clean up so well for someone from your background," or, "It's a good thing you're smart, because you'll need it." Charming, right? I always tried to take the high road. I didn't want to be the reason her relationship with my husband suffered. So I bit my tongue. When we got engaged, I even tried to include her in the wedding planning, thinking it might help us bond. Big mistake. She was a nightmare. She criticized my flowers, my dress, the venue, everything. It got so bad I finally had to tell her to back off completely. I thought that was the end of it. I was wrong. On my wedding day, she showed up late. And she didn't come alone. Her plus one was my high school ex-boyfriend. This wasn't just any ex. This was the guy who shattered my confidence. He was emotionally abusive and a cheater. It took me years to recover from that relationship and learn to trust again. He was my personal nightmare, and she brought him to the most important day of my life. I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. I pulled her aside and asked her what she was thinking. She just smirked and said, "Oh, you should be over that by now. It's not a big deal." It was a huge deal. It was a deliberate, malicious act designed to hurt me. My husband was ready to throw them both out on the spot, but I stopped him. I didn't want to cause a scene. I decided to just ignore them and focus on my new husband. But then, karma walked through the door. Sarah's own long-distance boyfriend showed up. My husband had invited him as a surprise, thinking it would be a sweet gesture since they hadn't seen each other in months. What we didn't know was that their relationship was already over. And he knew exactly why. That he took one look at Sarah cozying up to my ex, and he saw red. He walked right up to the DJ, grabbed the microphone, and in front of all our friends and family, he exposed her. He told everyone that Sarah had been cheating on him for months. He'd logged into her social media and found messages to multiple men, including my ex. He called her a liar and a manipulator in front of everyone we knew. The room was dead silent. You could have heard a pin drop. Sarah started crying, trying to deny it, but it was too late. The truth was out. And as a final, glorious twist, my ex, the guy she brought to hurt me, panicked and yelled, "I didn't know she had a boyfriend," throwing her under the bus. The humiliation was complete. We finally had security escort both of them out. The rest of the night was awkward, but we powered through. Our guests got a wedding and a reality show all in one. Since then, my phone has been blowing up. Sarah is begging me to clear her name, claiming I set her up by inviting her boyfriend. She says I've ruined her life. But I didn't ruin her life. She did that all by herself. The fallout has been intense. My husband has completely cut her off. Her parents are furious and have cut off her financial support. Her ex-boyfriend is now suing her to get back thousands of dollars she took from him to fund her secret life. She showed up at my house, screaming on my doorstep, blaming me for all her problems. She's taken to social media, calling me a gold digger and a manipulator. But people aren't buying it. They saw what happened. I don't feel bad for her. Not one bit. She tried to weaponize my past trauma on a day that was supposed to be about love and joy. She wanted to see me hurt and humiliated. Instead, she set a trap for herself and walked right into it. Her own lies unraveled in the most public way possible. So now, my husband and I are moving on. We're focusing on our marriage and our happiness. We've blocked her on everything. Her chaos is no longer our problem. Sometimes, the best revenge isn't something you plan. It's just the universe, serving up a plate of instant karma, right when you need it most. And let me tell you, it was served ice cold at my wedding reception.